Here we are heading up to the Tuzigoot Pueblo to check it out. You can come along with us. It's hot today. Climbing, climbing, climbing. Look at these handmade stone walls. Come on, buddy. I can't keep the camera straight though. That is a big lizard. Oh. Wow. A whole lot cooler behind these stone walls. Here's a 360 view going all the way from the roof. Actually, I'll stop at 180. Huh? G wants that house right there. everyone. We're taking a little bit of a break this morning, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of sewing on my French General before we head out for some hiking and sightseeing. It's a beautiful day. We've found a wonderful spot here in Cottonwood. I decided to drag out that French General quilt, and one of the things I have learned about sewing on the road, not stitching, I have zero problem stitching, but sewing on the road, the number one issue is the iron. I tell you, I have been on a hunt for that iron I want to bring on my next trip, and so far I have not found it anywhere. I came really close in Flagstaff, but he was out of them, and so I have a feeling that I'm going to ultimately have to mail order that iron. It's a Panasonic cordless iron, and both Scott Hansen and Rob Appel have given it great reviews. That's my biggest issue, is I want my iron from home. The little travel iron just does not have what it takes to really press blocks, and I have this whole pile of blocks that I've pressed with my travel iron, and it's almost like I just finger press them. It's just not enough. Of course, I don't know what the power sucking of a big iron would be in an RV, but I need that big iron. So that has been my biggest obstacle in sewing on the road, and I think if I solve that, there won't be any other issue. The great thing is that I have been checking as I go along at different spots along the way, the quilt stores in these areas, and what their class schedule is like. That's a really fun thing to do, because sometimes you just need a break, or you need to spread out a little bit more, or you need some new fabric for a new project. But I found out that the shop in Cottonwood was having a class, or on their schedule, it was called Finish It Up. And when I called the shop, it actually was a class where people brought projects to finish up that they have taken the class at the shop, Quilter's Quarters. But I talked to the owner, and she said it would be fine for me to come in there and bring my sewing machine and sew for the day, because I'm actually finishing something up. And the main reason I want to do that is to use their iron. I need an iron. So I'm going to be spending a whole day there stitching and ironing while G and Enzo head out to the wild blue yonder. I'm looking forward to that. So that's where I am with my sewing on the road. It does happen. And I know that on Quilt Roadie, someone asked me if I sewed while G was driving, and it really made me think about it, because this bench does have a seat belt, and I could conceivably do that if I could figure out a way to anchor this machine so it wouldn't become like a flying object just in case. So that's something for me to think about. But mainly when we're moving, I am stitching. And that's the other thing. I have found when we are moving, my wool stitching is not a problem. I've decided I need to wait till the thing is stationary before doing my embroidery, because that takes a little more finesse. And I'm finding that my stitching doesn't look quite up to par when the thing is moving. But wool stitching, we're calling it primitive, and we're not having a bit of problem with it. So that's a little bit of an update on sewing on the road. See ya around the next bend. Dead Horse Ranch State Park is located right on the edge of Cottonwood. It is in what's called the Verde River Greenway and sits on the banks of the Verde River. The state park covers 423 acres with 10 miles of hiking trails and 150 campground sites. The sites include full hookups, partial hookups, dry camping with RVs, or tent sites, and the tent sites have a fantastic view. It also offers trailheads for horseback riding, so if that's your thing, this is the place to be. It is one of our favorites. Oh, you shouldn't shake the camera. Are you baton twirling your barbecue tongs? You ready for a walk? Huh? You ready for a walk? Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Here I come. Feel like you're back home, huh? Running around? You watering the trail? What's this? What is this? Right here, right here. What's this? Enzo, what's that? Ooh, stink bug. Your fans want to see what you do. I told them your agent is holding out for more money. What do you think?